Welcome to Stefan's Soundtrack Series, where I give detailed insight and sometimes personal anecdotes on how a particular song impacted my life. Today's song is Music by Erick Sermon featuring Marvin Gaye. Erick Sermon is a legend, period. He has put his hands into various aspects of the hip hop culture, from being part of a legendary group, EPMD, creating multiple classic albums, to successful solo singles. Not to mention, he is a force to be reckoned with on the production side of things, producing the vast majority of his own discography, as well as the majority of Redman and Keith Murray's albums, who together with Sermon make up the legendary trio Def Squad. Erick Sermon is one of those artists to produce a certified hit in three different decades of hip hop: the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s, with his most substantial solo hit coming in that 2000s decade titled Music featuring Marvin Gaye. Music is the 2001 hit single by Erick Sermon featuring Marvin Gaye, produced for Sermon's fourth studio album titled Music, and for the 2001 comedy film What's the Worst That Could Happen, starring Martin Lawrence. The record is all about music being a mainstay in life, and to drive this point home, Sermon masterfully mixes a Marvin Gaye sample that constantly states "just like music" throughout Sermon's verse and expounds on that in the hook. This song is so impactful for me because I have a close, almost like a best friend relationship with music. The first line of verse 1 is "to relax my mind so I can be free," which is a play on the first line of EPMD's classic hit, "You Gots to Chill." This is a statement that strikes me in the chest because I feel so free from issues going on in my life when I'm absorbing music. A constant in this song is how music is used for multiple purposes. Sermon goes on to state that music keeps him going and even keeps him growing. I've grown considerably just being ingrained in hip hop culture. And along with hip hop, there have been a couple other genres of music where I've been presented with and learned about new ideals that I had never considered in the past. Music, especially hip hop, has provided a broader view of the world for me, learning about areas and hoods that I had never traveled to. But artists were able to paint a picture so I could understand what their lives were like at the time of the writing. One part of the song that floors me every time is when Erick Sermon says, "Without music, baby," and the Marvin Gaye sample kicks in, "I'll go crazy." The technical ability to combine that is astonishing to me, but the idea rings true to me like a hammer ringing a bell. During this time in the pandemic, music is one of the primary sources that is assisting me to cope with the current circumstances. I've tried my best so far to stay positive and uplifted through this incredibly difficult moment, but when I do have those moments of hopelessness, I can turn to a playlist to free my mind and zone out into my own world. This song has been one that I've turned to because it does provide a pleasant feeling, especially when those Marvin vocals cruise in my headphones. Music has consistently remained a vital part of my life, but recently I found myself participating in late night listening sessions, reliving my favorites, and exploring new works. In the second verse, Sermon explores the versatility of music from placing you in a sultry mood with your significant other, to it helping you cope with your problems, to unifying people, causing them to party all night. To demonstrate the power that music possesses, Sermon's last bars are: "One fly tune that have black and white vibe in one room, no confrontation, parlay all night is just a sensation." Through Marvin Gaye's silky vocals, the message is solidified in verse 3. He sings, "Music is the soul of the man. Music makes a happy day. Music makes a cloud flow by, baby. Your music is my tears inside my eye." Marvin possesses what I feel is the key line of the song in his verse. "Music is my heart and soul, more precious than gold." Along with Marvin Gaye's smooth vocals, Erick Sermon produced a classic song indicating the value of music. This song will eternally live in my stratosphere because music is vital in my world. And this song represents the overarching theme of how music can feed the soul and the spirit. Thank you for listening to Stefan's Soundtrack Series. I am Stefan GH, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at StefanGH. That's SteFFONGH, where you can follow this series and find links to even more content.